You kill me every time with cat brush. Thom.
With the cat brush?
Almost lost
Listen,
drink.
Listen, if it's good enough to use on Lanfear, it's good enough to use on my beard.
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Monday night. I am so happy to be here with you guys for episode 6 of Agatha All Along. What is this one called? This is
Thy Familiar. Shit. We should know. I've read it 1,000 times.
I watched it right before we did this.
Familiar by thy side. Familiar by thy side. I had to access that part of my brain, whatever is there.
We had not been talking about that right before we came on. That's fair.
Yeah, that's true. We were talking about another film, and we'll get to that in a minute. Yes, Lanfear Cat Cam is here. Yay!
Key cat.
So, thy familiar, no shit. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Actually,
it's same difference.
Something like that.
Same difference. I don't see a difference. If you're in the Dragomat Discord, I posted today a picture of me and Lanfear. We went to the vet today, and I mentioned it last week. So she has a little bit of a growth in her belly, and we're waiting to hear back from tests that they did to know if it's like bad or just like livable bad. So I probably won't know for a little while. They said it could take till after the Thanksgiving holiday, because it should come back on Thanksgiving, so it'll probably be after. So
we're gonna put all the positive energy towards it being the less bad.
Yes, please. I need all of the good vibes and stuff. Well, Lanfear does. So send it to this little void over here because we need it. Speaking of little amazing packages.
Okay, I was waiting. I was waiting for it. How are we gonna get there?
Well, little for B. She's probably normal size, but I'm large, so everyone's kind of small for me. Let's see who we have hanging out backstage, waiting to come in.
Look, here comes an awesome guest.
Yay!
Oh, you have a kitty too.
I do. Ellie
Very
came
big kitty. So,
oh my god,
he's a very big kitty.
He has a mane.
No.
Thom, I'm always curious how your brain's going to get us to the transition. It's really interesting.
Yeah, so sometimes it's forced, sometimes it's easy. But hello, we have author, horror writer, Jessi Ann York with us. Welcome. And you look fabulous. Hold on, I gotta bring you. I'm gonna put you on blast here for a second. Just put you on. Can I put you? How do you? Why? Stupid. It won't let me do solo unless I do that. They just changed the interface, but your costume looks awesome. Oh my god!
Thank you. I haven't had a chance to wear it in forever, so it was nice to whip it out for tonight.
Ooh, giggity! What's Kitty's name?
This is Ellie.
Oh, Ellie! Hi, Ellie. You're so cute. Yes, you look fantastic. That is a great Wanda costume. The headpiece is great. It looks so good. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have really long, curly red hair, and then I chopped it all off. So I haven't done the Wanda cosplay in a while because I lost my natural wig. But I kind of dig it with the short hair. It's a different look.
It looks good.
Yeah, it does. It could easily be like another version of Wanda from the multiverse or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
The all of the costumes that she went through in what's it called? WandaVision was so good.
Yeah,
so
that's
good.
my favorite outfit of hers is the one at the end. I love it so much.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love the way she looked at the end of Multiverse of Madness too, like right before she died or whatever.
Yeah, it was a cool add-on to that outfit. I liked all the different pieces and how it got darker.
Yeah, the guy, one of the lead costume designers from that also, or makeup artist. I think he was makeup artist. Yeah, makeup artist. Also works on Agatha. So he's the one that came up with the idea to paint the tips of their fingers black when they were messing around with the Darkhold.
Oh yeah, the little
So I really enjoyed that. Anyway, to further introduce you, to make sure that we get it out. So you are a upcoming debut author, and your first book, Talons and Nightshade should be coming out when?
March 2027. I just have to last that long.
Okay. And being published by Macmillan Books.
Yes, it's their young adult
wonderful.
imprint, Wednesday Books.
Cool. And we're at most of our fandom, and when I say our, I mean Dragon Mount, come from a Wheel of Time background. So that's Tor Books, aka also Macmillan Publishing. Macmillan Books is their own. One owns the other. I always mix them up. I don't remember if Tor owns Macmillan or it's probably the other way around.
Macmillan
probably
owns Tor.
Yeah,
Macmillan owns Tor.
Yeah, that's the correct way, probably. But so we have like a little family going on here, kind of. Yeah, you're like a cousin. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Yes, thank you, Glenn. Thank you. But when and last week we showed the video of at Multiverse Con that we were both guests at.
Funny.
Oh, it was so fun. You did a reading from the book, and the panel. Oh, there she goes. She's fucking off.
You made her mad.
You did a reading from the book, and the panel was basically, what did they call it? Adult reading
Bedtime
after
stories. Yeah,
adult bedtime stories. That's what it was. And you gave us the character names, but we didn't know the scene. And
yes,
obviously,
you were so brave to volunteer.
I'm so excited. If it's improv, I'm totally down to do it. I love the way they handled everything, like, and you did too, like who's okay with touching, like, because like I was like, I'll do it, no problem. And then Sarah
you okay with your gills getting stabbed?
Yeah, I didn't know I had gills. I was surprised. I had gills. This is new for me. And they got fingered, which was also, the fingering things is also very popular on our channel because Robert Jordan liked to describe things as such.
Yeah.
There's many read-throughs where people do running counts of like how many times and what things have been fingered. Many a sword hilt has been fingered in the thing.
Shawls were frequent.
And standing at attention. Lots of things stand at attention. But we're used to that. Oh yeah, and jerking erect was the other one. That's why I couldn't, not standing at jerking erect. There's so many jerking erects. Giggity.
Oh my God.
But speaking of Wheel of Time, back to Wheel of Time for a second. This past weekend, for those who don't know, was Sharon Gillam, the lead costume designer for the Wheel of Time TV show, which is sadly canceled, did a fashion exhibition, I think it was called. I think you call it. In Prague, which is where they filmed the majority of the show. And our CEO, Kathy, amongst many other people, if you follow the Uno Nomestro on the interwebs, they were there, and Rob from Alcure Talks was there. There's a bunch of people there. And they hung out with Rafe was there, and Kira Kovini was there. Yes, it's going to be running through December 5th. We're going to get to that in a second. And obviously Sharon was there, but there was a lot of people there. A bunch of producers and crew were there. Some of the stunt people were wearing some of the costumes, like walking around, which was cool. But as Rapunzel said, it is running through December 5th. And even if you can't attend, if you can swing it, I would suggest buying a ticket. They have, and I'll share a link in a minute. I'll get a link for it. That's the one thing I forgot to do, unless maybe Glenn or Rapunzel or someone in chat can grab it. If you buy a ticket for the event, you could buy it like in absentia, like you're not going to go. And the ticket gets donated to a local organization that helps people with disabilities, like get out and do stuff. So it would go to a really good cause if you can swing purchasing a ticket. It's not like super expensive or anything like that, but you're obviously paying for something that you're not going to do. You're just kind of donating money to it. But also, and this is something that we're going to make posts about throughout the week, over the next month until December 5th, if this does well enough, it's going to come to the United States, probably. Like Sharon has already said.
Exciting. Okay.
I know, very excited. Sharon has already said it. She actually posted a video that I'm going to show you in a second that Kathy recorded for her on her Instagram, saying just that. So let's. I'm going to bring the video up for a second so that we can watch it. It's like a minute and 40 seconds or so, but it's pretty awesome, and we see some really cool. She mentioned some really interesting things. All right, so here I'm going to play it real quick.
The Wheel of Time has been cancelled, and the costumes were all in storage here in Prague. And I just thought it would be really sad for those costumes never to be seen again and never to be brought out and put together. So I just wanted to create one last time to put as many as possible of the costumes into an exhibition so that everybody could see the amazing craftsmanship of my department. All those people who worked across the board, from the people who unrolled the fabrics when they arrived to the people who did the finishing touches in the breakdown department, and everybody in between who just worked so hard and came along with me for this amazing experience and created these costumes that are at couture level. They are handcrafted, they are beautifully made, and they are made with love and sincerity. And I just want people to share that experience. This exhibition is for everybody to see. You don't even have to know about the Wheel of Time. It's just more about appreciating the storytelling of the characters and the characterization. And so it's for anybody who loves going behind the scenes of a Hollywood type show.
Oh, they had Maureen's
it's
picture.
For people who love costume. It's for people who are studying fashion. It's for people who just want to come and see a spectacle and who just want to escape into a fantasy world. So if you want to see this exhibition near you, there is a chance that might be possible, but we really need to make this exhibition a huge success. So if you buy a ticket, even if you can't come, you are helping us to get closer to you. There's also the opportunity to buy a charity ticket for a local company here, local business who looks after people with disabilities. And those people will be able to come and visit the exhibition on your behalf, which is also a pretty lovely thing to do. Just come, buy a ticket. You won't regret it. Every single person who's come through these doors and been through the exhibition has been amazed at the number of costumes and just loved diving into that experience. So it's really worth it. Don't miss out.
So cool. The costumes were so cool. 95% of the costumes, Glenn? You like 95%? What's the 5% you didn't like? I'm curious.
Was it the hat? I feel like it was the hat. I think
Maureen's hat. That's 5% of the costumes is just that one hat.
Idea. It was a guess.
She wore this hat for Jessi, for your sake. She wore a hat that looked like it was like just a rundown like fisherman's hat. Like
it was like a sun hat from oh my gosh, that they wore.
Or a sun hat. Yeah, it could be a sun hat.
Practical Magic. Like the big, like that's what it always reminded me.
I could see that. It made me think of what? All right, we're not going to get into the wheel time.
Anyway.
But so Kathy has hundreds of pictures and videos and stories from hanging out with Rafe and Sharon and some of the actors that were there and things. So she was like, how can we present this to everyone? And I was like, well, a good idea. And here's an opportunity to give some stuff back to our patrons on Patreon. We're going to do a live interview with Kathy for our patrons. So we're going to record that interview. And if you're a patron, we'll share links on Patreon and send messages and stuff like that. And you'll be able to join that recording and hang out with us while we record X questions, things like that. And then we're going to publish the video on our YouTube channels. So if you want to do that, we are going to do it in December, in the month of December, before the new year. We don't have an exact date yet, but we're going to record that in the month of December. So we'll get it posted, well before we do it. So everyone can, if you want to join and hang out, you can, but keep an eye out on the Patreon. If you're already a member, if you're not, you could sign up for as little as $1. And we also have a free tier that gives you access to a bunch of stuff, even at the free tier. One of which is the ability to join all of the Dragon Mount game servers that I host. So I like to play like open world survival craft games like Minecraft and a game called Enshrouded and things like that. And I don't like to play with douchebags, just to put it easily. And I was like, you know what? I can host these games, and we have a community of pretty decent people that have overlap with like similar interest. Let me see if, you know, people are interested in this. And we have like, you know, a good handful of people playing on Minecraft. A couple of people have done some of the other games, and I have the ability to spin up a server for almost any game. So if we get enough interest in it, we could pull up a server for other similar type games. So go and check out the Dragonmount Patreon. Like I said, there's a free tier and you get a lot of stuff with that, not just the game servers. But anyway, that's all for Wheel of Time for today. Back to our lovely, amazing, fantastically dressed guest who is here. Thank you so much for sitting through our nonsense.
No, I want to go see that display. That looks amazing.
So good. Well, I mean, obviously you're into costuming, right?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
So, and you sent me another picture of one of your other costumes. Let me grab that.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously this is a Wanda Maximoff costume, very Scarlet Witch Wanda Maximoff. Do you other than, where's the one that you just sent me that I literally just opened? Oh, so many pictures. I have so many pictures. What other costumes have you done?
Oh man, so I cosplay in my free time. That's how I pass the time between submissions. It took me forever to solve this novel, and so I was cosplaying to take my mind off of it. But gosh, I've lost track. I'm a big anime nerd. I'm a 90s kid, so I grew up with like Toonami. But I do stuff from My Hero Academia. I've done stuff from Jujutsu Kaisen.
And
gosh, I've lost track. I do.
Hotel.
And then Charlie from Has Been Hotel. Yeah, I do a lot of different stuff. Me and my friends. That's just how we pass the time on the weekends.
And this is, I'm guessing this is a wig.
Yes, that is totally a wig. It's one of my favorite wigs.
It's a great wig.
Thank you. It's gotten used for a lot of different characters.
I was gonna say, yeah, you could definitely, like, as soon as I saw it, especially since you have it kind of like in a loose braid like that, I immediately thought of a character from the Wheel of Time.
Yeah,
which I'm sure someone will shout out. A certain hero that has a blonde braid. But yeah, no, this is great. I love cosplay. I love seeing cosplay. Like, I would love to try it, but I'm not talented enough to make.
Oh, but you were showing your Maleficent cosplay.
Oh, right.
That's a cosplay. That counts as cosplay to me.
That's fair. I was showing. So next week, so like I love that you cosplayed for today. And last week we were 80s themed. This episode doesn't really
come up with anything.
Yeah, it doesn't really have a theme.
Yeah.
Like, there's not really an overall theme for this. Like, and like the only theme thing that kind of happens is there's a bar mitzvah, but you can't. That's just can't do that. That would be cancelable.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's bad. So we're not going to do that. But next week, and like you said, I showed Jessi the picture before. We will be cosplaying for next week, so people be ready. And if anyone wants to join in, feel free. If you want to send pictures, don't go crazy. Like, don't spend money or nothing. I don't want anyone to go too crazy. But if you got something in your closet that you think would be fun or whatever,
cosplays are the best.
Yeah, I have my nail.
I love it.
I'm excited. Good. I got new face paint, so it's better. And I told you guys the story last week of when the Cruella de Vil at Disney yelled at me when we were doing this. Like, for funsies, she did it in character. I found the picture that she took with me afterwards. So.
That's such a good photo. See, that's cosplay to me. You're cosplaying in that photo.
That's fair. Yeah. I got a whole
with the puns. Claws.
Yeah, they call it cosplay. Closet cosplay. Yeah.
That's fantastic. I love it. I'm a huge fan of puns. Oh, I thought of one today when I was driving back in the car because it's like a 45-minute ride. What do Italians call suppositories?
What?
I don't know.
Innuendo.
Wow. That was bad. That was bad.
You're welcome. Oh, I love it. It makes me so happy. All right.
At least you make yourself laugh. That's
all that matters. As long as I'm having fun. No, I kid. All right. So
Aaron, I'm sorry. I don't know how it's so bad.
Yeah, it is. It was bad. It's the joke that got me canceled. All right, I'll take it. So one of the other things that we talk about at the beginning before we dive into Agatha, because I got a lot of notes for this episode actually, is we've just mentioned some stuff that we've watched recently. So before Crystal and I have the same thing that we've watched recently. So before we talk about that, is there anything that you have watched recently that you want to talk about, Jessi?
Yeah, before the show, the reason we exchanged the Charlie photo is I was a vegetable in my bed yesterday catching up on Has Been Hotel. So I hadn't seen the second season yet. So I was like curled up in bed with my phone watching it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was literally the last thing I watched yesterday.
Okay. And just so like, you know, just in case there's anyone in the audience who doesn't know what Has Been Hotel is, do you want to give a little like idea of what it is?
It is a crazy millennial fever dream.
It's a good descriptor. That is a good descriptor.
Yeah. This girl made it when she was like in art school, like in high school. These characters have been with her forever. So I think it's really cool to watch her succeed and turn it into this. But it's basically the Princess of Hell is trying to run a hotel to rehabilitate sinners and get them into heaven so they're not exterminated. And it's also like a Broadway musical. All the actors are also Broadway singers, and I really hope they get like a formal Broadway show one day.
That would be cool.
But yeah, it's just really kooky and wild and really fun animation.
And when you mentioned it too, I grabbed a picture. So a past guest that we've had on a couple of times, Catherine Redfield, she's a professional cosplayer. She won an international cosplaying championship for one of her costumes, which is a Space Marine from Warhammer 40,000 that she made. It's a Ben Franklin themed Space Marine.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I will find a picture. Yeah. Like
I want to see that so bad. That's so cool.
Yeah, I'll grab a picture of it in like the lull here before we get going. But I remembered that she had done one of a character from Has Been, so I grabbed that.
Yeah. Like so good.
And that's the whole picture there. It's her little group that she goes to. Yeah, that's what she goes to. And her husband is there on the right. So it's funny. She's what is it? Charlie from Has Been Hotel, which is basically like a demon essentially. And then Woody from Toy Story. Very interesting pairing, I feel like.
Yes, that's always fun, the different pairings.
They have the two of them are both also Mandalorians, like in the cosplay group, the 501st or whatever, they're in one of those groups and they're Mandalorians together, which is also really
cool. They are super cool. I've seen them before.
Okay, so Has Been Hotel. It's also on Amazon, isn't it?
Yeah,
yes,
it's a Prime.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Amazon Prime. So like, if you know, fun. It's not. Is it strict adult? I don't remember.
It's adult. You should not show it to your children.
Yes, it is adult.
There are children who watch it, and they probably should not be. Period.
That's fair.
It's definitely aimed for adults.
Yes, it's got. I remember. I was like, as soon as I said that, I remember.
Yeah.
It popped. Like things that they have said came to my brain.
Yeah, it's really funny because the younger fan base gets really mad because they're like, "Oh, it's so dark and cruel," and it's like, well, it's a show set in hell about hell and sinners. So yes, it comes with all that.
Yeah, and it's specifically for adults. So
yes,
yeah, I think it's TVMA, I believe.
Yeah. But if you like, you know, music, like fun music and singing and live singing and like lighthearted, but still kind of deep storylines, like it's definitely a fun show. Now for a much more
very different,
heavier property, Crystal, you want to mention it? You want to talk about it?
Yeah. So after we were talking last week, I ended up watching Frankenstein. I had a day off this week and watched the new Frankenstein. And it was so oh my god.
This is the one that I wanted to bring up for the beginning. Yeah, there it is. This is the lab, by the way.
Yeah, it is absolutely fantastic.
Sorry, I just wanted to real quick on this picture. That's Medusa in the background there. Mm-hmm. And Guillermo del Toro, there is so much layered into this, like especially for Wheel of Time fans, I feel like there is so much layered into this movie. Like the filmmaking is just crazy. The things that he put into it, like the design and stuff, is all it's all over the place in that it's everywhere, like in the movie. Little details everywhere. The Medusa specifically is a misunderstood creature. Like if you know, I hesitate to use the word historical, but the more original stories, Medusa isn't exactly a monster. And if you read it, not as a worshiper of Zeus, she is the victim in a lot of the things that are there. And Zeus is actually the antagonist. But and Hera or Athena, I don't remember which one curses her, but one of the other goddesses. And Guillermo del Toro was really leaning into that for the theme of the movie. So no big spoilers or anything for the film, like in Guillermo del Toro's adaptation, but light spoilers for Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, which
is how many years old did we decide?
200. It came out in 1818. So
this is
I feel like that's recent enough.
You should know the story by now.
Yeah, to spoil for people.
Are you going to put up the pictures?
Oh yeah. I got the other pictures. So just fantastic movie in general. Like the first off, the actors, the acting.
I love Christoph Waltz.
Christoph Waltz, amazing. Like he was very different kind of part for him too than some of the other stuff that he's played. He's like a eccentric billionaire probably and you know who would ever, like, that's unrecognizable. I've never seen anyone like that before. But honestly, like Mia Goth is just amazing in this, even though her part I feel like is small. And I had very few critiques, and one of them was I feel like her storyline, especially her storyline did not get enough attention, which I imagine there was probably a lot on the cutting room floor. Yeah, definitely. Like she definitely could have had like a super deep storyline. Like with what is already there could have been a lot more. But what her character did lend into it was heavy, like very meaningful. The things that she's all the parts that she was in the story. I just love how he does such a good job of making things that are very disgusting and grotesque beautiful. Like he makes it beautiful. You're absolutely right. And I'm going to pull up a picture that is a great example of that. Yeah. But I wanted to give everyone just a heads up. It's a little icky. It's a little icky, but it's not too bad. Like if you're fine with not too gory, but still I think it's icky. A good representation of making the grotesque look beautiful. I mean, it looks great. Honestly, I think so too. All right, so here we go. So this is an early scene in the movie. He still hasn't. This is his personal lab. This isn't even like the Frankenstein lab later, like the creature lab later, and he's trying to figure out death essentially and life and what it means. And he's able to kind of reproduce a simulacrum of life in this scene, which is really the practical creepy. Effects and the makeup in this was fantastic. So good. And everything is almost practical. Yeah. There was a little bit of CGI, which was maybe another one of my critiques, but I mean, there's just some things you just can't do practically and are probably easier and better looking to do CGI, but most of all of the physical stuff, all of the set design and the creature, the makeup, everything is practical. It was just gorgeous. One thing I wanted to bring up, and we talked about it a little before, is the theme of the movie. Yeah. So a lot of the renditions of Frankenstein, the movie, are the theme is playing God or, you know what? I think this movie is the first one that really kind of delved into the idea of womanhood, and it feels like Dr. Frankenstein is trying to take that away and make a corrupted version of it almost. But the creature, and again, without spoilers or anything, obviously the creature is made. It's more than just, and you could tell from the trailer and things that this version is more than just, walking around. But there's a line that Mia Goth's character says in it where she says, I feel like the creature is more pure than us, than humans. And after watching it 2 or 3 times, I agree. and I'm wondering if anyone has watched it in chat, or if you guys, I know Crystal, you watched it. If anyone else also agrees, because like there's a lot of hints at the way some of the other actors, quote unquote, respond to the creature in the film, and I just really enjoyed that a lot.
Hold on.
Oh, okay. Crystal had to pap away for a second. I was like, I thought she was going to say something. But yeah, so really enjoyed Frankenstein. If you haven't watched it yet, it's on Netflix. Go watch it. If you can watch it in the theater, go see it in the theater, because it was phenomenal. And I'm gonna go see it in the theater nearby, because after I watched it here, I was like, I got to see this in the theater.
Yeah, on the big screen.
What was the last thing you saw in the theater, Jessi?
Ooh, I saw Bring Her Back.
Okay. How was that?
Oh, it was so good. It's the same people who did, gosh, what's the other movie they did? The other horror movie, Talk to Me.
Yes, yes.
I love that director. Now, I think they did a phenomenal job, and the child actor did an amazing job. The makeup was great. It's a pretty disturbing film. I thought it was really. Sally Hawkins is in that, and she was in The Shape of Water. Since we're talking about Guillermo del Toro, but it was really cool to see her as. She plays a very, very different character in that movie.
I heard. I haven't seen this one yet, but I heard. I read the synopsis for it. It's like siblings, right? And there's and the it's like an evil stepmother type trope.
Yes. Yeah, they have to move in with her, and things do not go well. But yeah, if you're a horror fan, I highly recommend it, and I highly recommend Talk to Me too. It's set in.
I did see that. I liked Talk to Me a lot.
Talk to Me was so good. It was a great movie about substance abuse. But yeah, I really like that director. I'm excited to see what else they do. Oh, and Weapons. Awesome. Weapons was really good too.
Oh, yes. I saw Weapons in the theater too. Yeah, that was great. I have my wife, Erin, is not a horror, like when it's like real horror, like Weapons and Talk to Me and Take Me Back and stuff like that. She doesn't like that. But I have a friend that I go to all my horror movies with. So I call her up, and it's usually me, her, and her daughter go to the horror movies together.
Aaron, I mostly agree. I really thought my house was being broken into, and it was, but it was by a cat. It was by our feral cat that has adopted us. I was like, why is the back door opening? Oh, it
wasn't breaking in. You locked it out, and it was just doing what it needed to do.
Yep. Fair.
That is accurate. Okay, so this is usually the opportune time where I give everyone like a minute to queue up the watch along that we do. So Erin will in a second start sharing the link to our Discord, which then will show you the instructions on how to watch along with the watch party, and I will send you guys the link here in chat in a second. So that you guys can also watch along. I just have so many different screens going at the same time. It's hard to know what the hell I'm doing. Anyway, so we'll get that link in chat in a minute. For the people that don't want to join the watch party, I will have a clock, which I have queued up for 12 seconds. That I will match times with. So if you want to follow along that way, just match your time to the clock, which I will start at 12 seconds when we get there in the show as well. So just give everyone like a couple of minutes to get into that. So Jessi, you're a big horror fan.
Yes.
What type of horror movie is your favorite type of horror movie? Like, do you like a teen slasher movie? Do you like a psychological horror? Like, is it more of situational for you? Like, what comes to mind when someone says favorite horror movie to you?
Yeah. Gosh, right now it's TV shows for me. I think that's a really amazing medium that we've seen expand over the past few years, especially with Mike Flanagan. If I had to pick a type of horror, it's the type of horror that he makes. And what I love about it is it's hopeful horror. And there's usually a really wonderful positive spin at the end of all the chaos. And it's more about how the ghosts bring us together, or the representative of family trauma. But yeah, I'm obsessed with Mike Flanagan. And I also really love Ari Aster. Like, if I had to pick movies, it would be like Ari Aster's movies. I love Midsommar and Hereditary. So yeah, I'm probably more the psychological. Family trauma is huge. And it's a lot. I write about it a lot in my work too. So
we were on the the family
Yeah, we were.
trauma and horror.
That's
right,
my
right,
jam.
right.
So
Okay.
yeah, I think it's a wonderful medium. Slashers are great. I love slashers, but I think horror, you can do a lot of really beautiful, thoughtful things with it, just like in Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a very versatile genre, and that's why I love it so much.
That's fair. Accurate, buddy.
Yeah.
That is accurate. Humans are the worst.
We are the worst. We are very scary.
Yep.
The Mike Flanagan did The Haunting of Hill House.
Mhm.
Everyone should watch The Haunting of Hill House. It is
It's a
so
great
good.
one.
It's terrifying, but it will make you cry and want to call your brothers and sisters. It's really, really good.
The most recent thing I watched of his, did you see the thing it's on Netflix, I think.
The Fall of the House of Usher.
That's it.
Yeah.
I
haven't seen that one yet.
So good.
I love The Fall of the House of Usher, and I think it's such a testament to his writing because those
So
characters
good.
are absolutely despicable. They're terrible people, but you still end up feeling sorry for them.
Yeah.
Really well done.
Such a good job at that. Like, and then like everyone that's in it, like Katie Siegel, like
Oh my gosh.
Bruce Greenwood is in so much stuff, and I never remember his name, but I love him. And Raul Coy, like just
Mark
so
Hamill?
many.
Mark Hamill is great.
I
in
know!
House of Usher. He's so much fun.
Mark
Oh my
Hamill's
gosh.
character in that is so awesome because it's
Oh,
so
he's so
different
cool.
than anything he's ever played.
Yeah.
He's such like a it's such like watch, I'm gonna describe it to you and you're gonna be like, what? Who cares? He's like the family lawyer who's like a little off, essentially, is the best way to describe it.
Okay.
But it's so cool to see. First of all, Mark Hamill does a great performance, right?
His voice is beautiful.
Oh, he does his own a totally different voice. I forgot what accent that he uses. An accent. I don't remember which one. Like it's an American accent, but it's like New York.
It might be
Boston,
more New York. I'm
Philadelphia.
not sure.
I don't, somewhere in that
Northeast,
tri-state area.
Northeastern.
Yeah, it might be Philadelphia. I don't remember, but it's just like I said, so different than anything he's done. And I saw an interview with him actually, now that I'm thinking about it, where he talked about it, just how much fun he had doing it because it was so different.
Yeah.
I love hearing actors like get excited about parts like that when it's just something outside of their wheelhouse that they normally do.
And he doesn't have that big of a role in the show, but he's so damn memorable. He gets one really, really good monologue because that's Mike Flanagan's thing, is he's like the king of the horror monologue. But yeah, that character sticks with you forever.
100%. And every scene that he's in is poignant too.
Mm-hmm.
Great show. It's like it's an ensemble cast. The way they do the episodes follows different characters. They're all loosely related. They're like brothers, sisters, full-blooded brothers and sisters, half brothers and sisters, adopted. There's lots of different stuff. It's another family drama.
Yeah, it's a contemporary retelling of the fall of the House of Usher, and each episode is dedicated to a different family member, and it's different Edgar Allan Poe short stories and poems within the fall of the House of the Usher. It's very, very interesting.
So good.
Yeah.
The depth of it reminds, like, it's, again, I will always harken back to the Wheel of Time, but the depth of that is similar to like where I was like, we were talking about Frankenstein, where Frankenstein is like more of like I don't want to say artsy, but it's much more of an artsy film than it is like a monster.
Oh, for sure.
Yes, it's about the family dynamic, and it's very much, it's actually making fun of like the drug crisis in the U.S. too.
Yes,
it's making fun of like the Kardashians and the Musks. Like it's making fun of contemporary, very rich families. It's just really interesting what Mike did with the fall of the House of the Usher. Like that's not the direction you'd think he'd take, but yeah, it was really interesting to see a contemporary take on that.
1,000%. I love him as a filmmaker, and like all of the movies that he's done, and TV shows too. Obviously, this is a one season show, right? Yeah, it was
yes. You can watch the fall of the House of the Usher, and then you can also do Bly Manor and then Hill House afterwards. But they're all contained seasons. He's one of those directors that loves to bring his actors back for projects, so it's kind of cool to see who's playing who each season.
Yeah. Kind of like American Horror Story.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. The I really enjoyed the first season of American Horror Story, and then a couple of the other ones. But I like the.
I think I dropped off after Coven. I loved Coven.
Yeah, I liked Coven too.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. Perfect segue. Coven was amazing.
Coven was so good. Yeah.
And you know who would fit perfectly into that? Fucking Agatha. Agatha would be
absolutely.
Like she would probably run that shit after.
Yeah,
too long.
she would.
Yeah, like especially the way her powers work. Like she just and which is another great storyline in the Agatha All Along show. Like it seems like she can't really control them. Mm-hmm. Like in the last episode when she killed Alice by accident, like that was one of her punishments. Like the thing was to punish Agatha, and one of those punishments, which is very different. Like I feel like if it was first episode, Agatha would not have been a punishment, was accidentally killing Alice. Like she genuinely felt bad. I think at least after she killed Alice. And if she was in American Horror Story Coven, she would be the head witch. I forgot what they call it. The Prime. Oh, cat butt! Hey, cat butt! Yay! I forgot what they called the head witch, but she would have been the head witch, whatever it was called.
Oh, the Supreme.
The Supreme. That's
the Supreme. Yeah.
I was like, Prime? Is it the Prime? Mm-hmm. The Prime Meridian. No, that's from that Nicolas Cage Merlin movie, which was fantastic. It gets a lot of hate, but I really enjoyed that movie. Okay, I'm gonna press play on our show, and then we can dive into Agatha. Before we dive into this actual episode, do you have any thoughts about the Agatha show, like leading up to now, or just overall, Jessi?
Oh my gosh, don't kill me. This came out in 2024 when I was really busy finishing up my novel, so I've never actually watched it before. I've seen all of WandaVision. I'm a huge Scarlet Witch fan, but this came out at a time when I was rushing to get that book done, so this will be my first time seeing it.
All right, well, that's fine.
That's exciting.
You're gonna have interesting reactions then you'll
get my raw reaction, my genuine reaction. So
then, to set the stage for you for this episode, then, and to help anyone that's watching along with us now, so you've seen WandaVision.
Yes, I absolutely love WandaVision.
Perfect. So this takes place almost directly after WandaVision. Like a little bit of time has passed, but not much. Agatha in the first episode was still under Wanda's spell, and at that point she thought, and we're gonna get a bit of a recap in this episode, which is perfect because this episode is a bit of a recap episode, but from a different character's perspective, so we get to see not behind the scenes, but behind what we saw in that first episode a little bit more, which is great for you too. But Agatha was under the spell. She imagined herself as a cop investigating a death, which everyone pretty much accepts to have been Wanda who died. There's a lot of scenes throughout this entire show that drives home the point that Wanda Maximoff is dead, which is either or both the MCU telling us that Wanda is dead in 616, at least the main Earth, for those who are not Marvel savvy, because there's multiverse, and or Wanda's not making a cameo in the show, which we know she doesn't because we've seen, like, spoiler alert for you, but we are full spoilers for Agatha for this purpose. So she does not make an appearance in this episode or in any episode in this show. But one of her kids, his soul accidentally, which we'll get into, I think personally, I'm interested to see what Crystal thinks and what anyone in chat thinks. Personally, I think it was pure luck, and I have a reason for that we'll talk about specifically in this episode. That one of her children, Billy, his soul finds a body who just dies right as the spell breaks, and he inhabits that body, and we see that actually happen in this episode. And that is the character of they call him Teen throughout the show because he has a spell on him that makes everyone forget his name. But it is actually Billy Maximoff, aka the body that he's in is Billy or William Kaplan. So you'll hear that name a little bit in this episode, and we'll talk about.
Hey Thom, I'm gonna go ahead and post to the Fashion and Fantasy ticket link.
Oh yes, please, yes, share the Fashion and Fantasy ticket link.
And then,
thank you.
Oh no, There we go.
Yeah, perfect. And I'm going to press play on the episode now. So it gives a little bit of a recap. We're not going to skip the recap. If you're following along with the timer, I'll press play on the timer like a second or two after the show starts, so that it's all lined up. So if you find the link to the watch party or to find the instructions to join the watch party in chat, and I will give everyone a countdown. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and sorry, I just realized I didn't have the thing up. Okay, there we go. 3, 2, 1, and play.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, like,
as me, was not muted.
Okay. Can anyone else still hear it? No, right? Good. Okay, cool. So if you're watching in the watch party, you can adjust volumes however you like, whatever makes sense for you guys. If you want to listen to us, if you want to just watch the show, feel free, but leave the stream on so that we get the views.
Please.
So the kid is obviously teen or whatever. That is Wanda's son, and they're traveling what they call the Witch's Road in this show. Mm-hmm. It's like basically. Think of like the hero's journey when they have to like go on a quest and then at the end of it they get power. That's what this is, but for witches. Yeah. And it's like it's a very famous thing that witches can do, but it's also very dangerous. There's a song that's in canon that they talk about a lot that is like the incantation to summon the road and go on it. Mm-hmm. And only one witch is known to have done the Witch's Road and survived, and that's Agatha. So the teen seeks her out to do the Witch's Road because he wants to find his brother, Tommy Maximoff. And here is the body that he's inhabiting. This is the actual person. So this is before he dies in the actual show, and when it's still the original person, the real person who was Billy Kaplan. And I have so many notes and so many pictures for this. So I'm going to share my screen again in a second here. I have them in sequential order.
Very nice.
Okay. So they just showed this cabinet, and there's a bunch of these pictures that are like this type of like weird tree type thing. So there's this one. And then there's this one, which is a centerpiece at his bar mitzvah that they're about to do. But they look so much like the trees from the Witch's Road. Specifically, like this tree over here looks a lot like that centerpiece. Mm-hmm. And something that we find out later on for Jessi's sake and our viewers' sake is that, like Wanda, Billy has manifested this as like a hallucination, but it's real, like Wanda did with Westview. So right now is the real world, though. This is the real kid at his bar mitzvah, doing bar mitzvah stuff. Let me take this back down for a second. And I'll bring them up as they become relevant. One of the cool things about okay. Jesse's having a little trouble joining the Discord to watch, so I'm going to be distracted for half a second while I give a better link for you. Don't worry, I got you.
Yeah, I feel like isn't Jaws rated PG? I think it's not even PG-13. I feel like we're talking about Jaws again. From the
yeah. I don't think PG-13 existed.
Yeah.
When Jaws came out.
So yeah, it would have been appropriate to take a small child.
Try that link, Jessi. See if that works.
Yeah, 80s PG and modern PG is very, very different. Very different.
Yes. Yeah, I want to say they invented PG-13 like
Because
more
of the
recently than you
80s.
think.
Because of the 90s.
That's the 80s for sure. Yeah, July 1984 was when PG-13 became a thing.
Wow, it's as old as I am.
Yeah. Did you get it working yet, Jessi?
Blair Witch Project. I forgot about that. I saw that in theaters too.
Listen, technical problems are a thing that happen all the time, so it's no big deal.
I don't have a Discord account, so I think that's why I'm having trouble.
That is going to make it tough to join. I did the link I gave you will give you temporary, like it'll make you a member immediately so that it won't.
Oh.
Yeah. Of the Discord. So after you make an account, it should work. I always, I'm not a big social media person, but I always like forget to be like, hey, do you have an account? Like, do you have a Discord account? Do you know how to use Discord? Like, I always like, I take it for, what's the word?
Granted. Take it for
granted. That's the word that I was looking for. I take it for granted that that people just know how to use Discord.
Yeah. Aaron, I'm not going to lie. My son is only 4 and he has seen Jurassic Park.
I don't know
if that's he loves dinosaurs though. He's obsessed and he was not at all frightened. Like I was worried he was going to have nightmares. He did not care. That's why we're going to Universal before we hit Disney is really for like the Jurassic Park stuff.
And you know what I can do? I can pause the show for us now. So I actually paused the show for those who are following along, so that Jessi can take a second to get a Discord account. We're bringing her to Discord. You're going to be, no, you're great. You're great. We get to break your Discord cherry, your Agatha all along cherry, and you're going to be a member of one Discord server for now, at least. And it'll be Dragon Mount.
Yay.
So it'll be great.
Exciting.
Yeah, no big deal. The, what did Elda say before? Elda said something. Blair Witch. I lived in the middle of the woods. Terrifying. Yeah, no. The OG Blair Witch was.
Yep. No, I'll mess with you.
I think it's working now. Okay.
I'm
sorry about that.
Yeah, no, you're great. No, you're fine. It's no problem at all. All right. I'm going to press play on the thing again and line up the time. So.
My bad.
No, you're fine. And we're good. 3, 2, and start the timer. Perfect. Timer's lined up. Show's playing. We're good. Okay. So Patti LuPone is in this. There's a lot of amazing actors in this. Do you know who Patti LuPone is, Jessi? Very famous.
I recognize that name. Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very famous Broadway film and TV also, but huge Broadway actor. Amazing singer too. They've done some singing, and I don't know if they don't do anymore, but they've done some singing, and she's amazing. So one of the things in this scene that I thought was a lot of fun. So right now she's making that's the forgetting sigil that she's making. But one of the things that I thought was a lot of fun in these couple of scenes were so when he walks in, behind him, you can see here is the there it goes, is the tower card. This is the real tower card, and then this is the one that they use in the show, which you can see has a blue crown, which looks a lot like Jessi's crown, and that's because it is Billy Maximoff's crown from the comics, which is the same as very similar to Wanda's crown. Then the other card that's in the background. By the way, so the tower is a change that's going to come, but it's usually a good change. Then the other card that's in the background of the scene is the Wheel of Fortune, which usually represents. Where's my notes? I wrote this down. The tower represents luck, fortune, and unexpected events, which is why I think the reason Billy finding this body was luck and it wasn't like orchestrated, is because of the Wheel of Fortune specifically. And then the other part, which was this picture, which is when she gets the vision that she gets all scared about. We see this is what he looks like in the scene that she's reading his fortune, but this is what she sees in her crystal ball, the clothes that he's wearing when they're on the Witch's Road. And the 2 tarot cards, for anyone that knows tarot, inverted, which is a thing in tarot. The card comes out upside down.
Yep.
I mean, it means the same thing as the card does originally, but reverse, i.e. bad. So
Yeah.
like the Wheel of Fortune is like bad luck, bad fortune, unexpected bad events happening, which are, obviously prelude to him dying and then, having his body taken by Billy Maximoff. What was the other thing I wanted to point out here? There was one other thing I wanted to point out. I looked up he reads from the Torah, obviously. He's having his bar mitzvah.
Bar mitzvah, yeah.
But I looked up what the actual line was that they show in the background. So that's the scene in the background that you can see there, and it's Leviticus, and it's talking about basically a warning to not to get too deep into biblical lore here, but it's a warning to Aaron about not using. Sorry, I forgot to put it back up. A warning to Aaron about not using. He calls it foreign fire. Okay. But in a lot of the original translations, it's basically magic. Don't use magic. Don't use other gods' power, other gods' fire to light this fire. And when his 2 sons do it, the god kills them. So big analogy for Billy and Tommy Maximoff, dying, and then having the tarot cards at the same time as you're going to have a change, you're going to get lucky, but it's going to be bad in some way. He finds a body, but it's, now he doesn't have any of his memories from when he was Billy Maximoff, doesn't have any of his memories as William Kaplan. So still kind of bad, I think. So this is the first time we're seeing Jessi, for your sake. This is the first time we're seeing the kids. Teen is what they've called him up until now, or William. His backstory at all. So one of the other things too is when he died, you actually hear his heartbeat stop. And then there's an audio cue where you hear Wanda say, "Good night, Tommy. Good night, Billy."
Oh, that's hard.
And then his heartbeat starts again, and he's Billy. So another little tidbit there. We don't know, and again, this is full spoilers for Wanda, but we don't know the answer to this even through the last episode. If William Kaplan is there still, like the original kid. Personally, I think hearing his heartbeat stop is them telling us that he's not there. He's dead.
That'd be such an interesting conundrum to deal with, though, like sharing that body.
And we'll see in about a second here. It cuts to 3 years later. So this is right after the dome comes down at the end of WandaVision. It'll cut to 3 years later in a couple of seconds. He's just been pretending that he remembers everything and got better.
Yeah. Ooh, that'd be so sad.
He's coming from the original body is coming from a loving family, but talk about family trauma. I'm not that person, or am I that person? Or he's
having no idea whether you are or not. Yeah. Trauma.
Yeah, they play with a lot of reflections in this episode too. And the 3-piece series that I think that the showrunner talked about doing for this is WandaVision, Agatha All Along, and then the new show that's coming out next year. I think it's middle of next year, Vision Quest, which is the end of this storyline, or it'll complete this storyline going into the rest of the MCU.
Interesting. I just want to say, always trust your pets. If your cat or your dog doesn't like someone, there's probably a reason.
1000%.
Yes, absolutely.
Which is a great thing to remember if you're going to go watch that Frankenstein movie, the Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein movie. Just remember that. Trust animals. Also, for your sake, Jessi, one of the great things about this show particularly is that it's great even taking completely out of context of the MCU.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I loved about WandaVision too.
Yeah. You can watch that. You can watch WandaVision and this show completely out of the greater MCU and still get something from it and understand it and follow along with very little issue. At least I feel like.
Yeah.
It just adds more. Like I watched this before I watched more than like 2 episodes of WandaVision. So
I loved WandaVision.
Mm-hmm, that was really good.
Yeah. I love the playing with the different styles of sitcom that they did like throughout the ages was great. I grew up on Nick at Night, so like Dick Van Dyke and Bewitched and all that shit.
Yeah, as a horror fan, it was really unnerving at first, the mystery and all the neighbors acting weird. Like there were some serious creepy parts of that show until you knew what was going on. And then even then it was creepy. But yeah, I remember being like, oh, why is everyone acting so weird? It's so surreal.
Yeah. And this is a great show for you in particular as a horror writer and lover. Yeah. This show is very horror themed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, just the idea of not feeling like you belong in your own body, that's already so sad. My heart's already breaking for this character.
Oh, yeah. So some fun stuff in the background of his thing. There's like 2 or 3 Houdini posters that we see. This image is a Sicilian like folklore story about a world of gluttony and like indulgence, but it's magic. It's very fae oriented. And if you look here, look in this scene, I have an image of it too. There's 2 reflections. Let me grab it. Like he's looking at 2 separate reflections in that scene here. I got a picture. Stupid. I always press the wrong button, but you can see reflection here, reflection here. And they even look a little different.
Mm-hmm.
So this scene made me second guess myself about, is William Kaplan still alive? But I like the way they did that. See, 3 years later. Can only imagine how he fucking feels.
Yeah.
Oh, let me see real quick while they're talking. Is there any other interesting stuff I forgot in the background shot of this, of his room? Because we're going to get another shot of his room in a second here. 3 years later, very different. So Mystic Rock is nothing different, but it's all magic stuff. He's got a lot of magic stuff around. What's that? I can't read those board games.
There's some games up top.
Yeah, up here, Operation Hang On Harvey. No,
Never heard of that.
Yeah. And then those, can't really tell. But yeah, I don't know. I love how they play with his mind reading too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just heard his boyfriend say "I love you," but he didn't say it. So like, I love how this scene is a great. Like, I mean, I can only talk about it tangentially, obviously, but I'm curious if anyone's in chat, or I don't, no pressure to talk about it, but it feels like a coming out type scene.
Oh yeah. So I'm
queer,
I'm bisexual. And I was just thinking like the idea of him not fitting into the body and being the boy that his parents think that he should be. That's totally queer coded 100%. But he's also visibly queer too, which is really cool. But yeah, that there's more than one way it's manifesting. But yeah, not being what your family expects you to be. It's totally out of body feeling. Yeah.
Very queer coded.
Yeah.
And having this moment with his boyfriend, and also like how accepting his boyfriend is immediately. Like, oh, well, I mean, you're still you. I've known you this whole time. So I love it. Like, he immediately is like, well, let's figure this out. Like, I want to learn, like, let's learn who you are together almost. Like, and like, he's very accepting, and it's really just very, very pretty. The actor, I forgot his name, that plays Teen or Wiccan or Billy Maximoff or the other multitude of names that he goes by. Is also queer. So he was very excited to see representation in the show. And like, thinking back on like, would this show ever really have gotten like this if in the past or anything? Yeah, their exchange is great too. Like their back and forths are fantastic. Like it's a great. I like seeing a young, healthy relationship. You know,
Yes.
between two young people.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. You don't usually see that on TV. But so this is his room now, 3 years later. The fun part that I noticed too is they didn't change very much. So I have his old room. Where's the new room? There it is. So there it is. Okay. So this is the new room. If you look, you can see like, cause this is the same shot. So let me go back and forth a little. He didn't change much. So like it's almost the same shot. It's a little crooked, which I think is done on purpose. But he didn't take any of the posters that were already up or any of the things down. He just added to it, which I like because you could spot all the little like the Houdini posters there. Just has other stuff on top of it, and he kept all of the books that are on the bookshelf that were on this bookshelf are still here, but they're over here, like especially this one, which is The Wizard of Oz, the full original series of The Wizard of Oz. And all of the books are magic themed. I went through and looked at the ones that we could see. They're all magic themed, which I thought was really cool. I love when they pay attention to those little details are fun.
Yeah, they could have just gotten a bunch of random books. It was nice to see the extra effort.
Yeah. This scene is also great. We get an appearance. Oh, what's his name? The kid from American Horror Story too.
Evan Peters. Is that right?
Yeah, that's it.
Evan Peters is in this.
Yeah, he's kind of reprising his role from
WandaVision.
That's it. From WandaVision as I forgot his first name.
He's a random guy. Yeah, he's not really Pedro.
Boner. Yeah. Something Boner is his last name. Bohner.
Yeah, that was such a great joke. My brothers were so mad when they made that joke. I thought it was hilarious.
I thought it was hilarious. And my favorite is in the flashback that we're going to see from episode 1. And in episode 1, Agatha is wearing Ralph Boner.
Ralph Boner.
I don't know why Ralph is makes it funnier, but Agatha is wearing this shirt. Which is funny for two reasons. Either like they made it and didn't think of the innuendo, or
100%.
They leaned into it and it's funny. I like that. Both, but either way, I like it. This is also very, especially because he's in the trench coat. Like I forgot the name of the movie, but Deep Throat. You know, like when they meet in the underground parking garage to exchange the documents. Yeah. What else did I look into for this scene? There was something else that was funny. Oh, all of the accoutrement that he has all over him is like a good luck charm or like a protection charm.
Okay.
The thing that he has on his hat is like a Zulu or African. It's specifically a Zulu nation charm.
Okay.
He pulls out a baby alligator skull in a second that has other bones inside of it that he's shaking, which is very hoodoo. He's got a chicken foot, a rabbit's foot, all kinds. When he opens up his coat in a second, you'll see it on the inside.
It makes sense after everything he's been through. That's really funny.
Yeah. He's just trying to protect himself anyway.
Yeah.
Because not only did he get taken over by Wanda, like mind controlled by Wanda, he then got mind controlled by Agatha when she showed up. To pretend to make him her husband and then disguise him as Quicksilver, which is hilarious. I love him as an actor though. Such a good actor.
Evan Peters is really great.
Witch repellent.
Yeah, it was like a split second when he opened his coat. You could see like a chicken foot and some other stuff hanging in there. I don't know if I took the picture. I don't think I took the picture. I did not take the picture because I'm bad.
I feel like I've watched most of this on my phone to keep it away from my young one. I feel like I need to watch it on the big screen.
Yeah, it's definitely. Oh yeah, there you go. Now you can see the chicken foot peeking out of his coat right there. What else did we passed it already too. It doesn't matter. I could bring it back up later. There was the reference that someone in chat last week when we were talking about Alice showing back up again as a cop in the flashback. Like, did they lay the groundwork for that at all? And I did find a scene where they did. Let me find it. So, Jessi, since we learned in this show, by the end of the show, the hints are heavy in this episode. But by the end of the show, we learned that the Witch's Road and pretty much the entire show, like Wanda made Westview, he created, but
the
unknowing.
Witch's Road, yeah, he believed in it, yeah.
But he didn't know that he did. He doesn't know that he did that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's through these flashbacks in this episode specifically when we really see a lot of the hints. And one of the hints actually was when they were in his room just now. So we see these string lights over here. I know they won't be familiar to you, Jessi, right now, but do you recognize them, Crystal?
Are they from the camp? Like when they were, from the camp.
They're from when they did the last episode when they were in there, and you could see her 80s, very 80s pajama outfit over here. Agatha is wearing, but yeah, the same string lights from his room are here. Wow. There's a lot of stuff in his room that are here. And another one that I saw is this poster specifically. This is from the episode with Alice. This poster is in the background, this Fleetwood Mac poster. We pointed it out, and it's in his room when his room is 3 years later too. So there's a lot of heavy references to this being a creation in his mind.
That's cool.
Love your brain, Thom. That's so good.
Yeah, that's really beautiful.
It's really just watching it 75,000 times like I watched it. What was there was something with Wanda too, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, you hear Wanda and Vision talking over the radio when they crash. That's what it was.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. When they're changing stations, like the radio starts to get weird, and you hear something about flying saucers, and then like something about husband and hard head, and it's from this scene from WandaVision when she was like moving the dishes around, she was levitating them around, she accidentally hits him in the head with it. So he says, I should have known to watch for flying saucers. And then she says, well, it's okay. My husband has an abnormally hard head. But the way they cut it, all you really hear is flying saucers, husband, hard head. And here's the Witch's Road song. Each episode title is another line from the Witch's Road. So Familiar by Thy Side is the next line in the in a good chunk of the song. The song is much longer than that. And also looked up these symbols. I have some good shots of his whole wall here because there's a lot of really cool references in it. So obviously this is the symbol that you see a lot throughout the show. This is the one that we saw Patty Lupone's character draw earlier. It's the forgetting symbol. The background is the Solomon Codex. It's a real book of runes. I wrote it down, the name of it. Something of Solomon. It's like the something of Solomon, Codex of Solomon or something like that. I thought I wrote it down, but apparently I'm making that up. No, I made that up. I didn't. Oh no, there it is. Lesser Key of Solomon. It's called. Brujo is witch in Spanish, but then we have this, which is just him talking about the rune that he made. It's a protection rune. It lasts for a long time. It needs to be imbued with magic. Then destructible symbols. They can cause explosions when they go off. Then he was jotting down people that he wants to find. Wanda, he believes is dead. Vision has been dismantled, as Agatha told him in the last episode. Tommy he can't find, and he isn't sure if he's Billy Maximoff yet. Then This is one of the parts that I really liked when he was just looking up Agatha online.
Survivors of the Titanic.
And then Zeppelin explodes, the Hindenburg, and there she is right there.
Oh,
wow. And then this is just the release spell again. He jots down the difference between what's a waxing and a waning moon, because you need a waning moon for the spell. So he writes down the difference between a waxing and a waning moon, which I like. Oh, and there's the Boner Family t-shirt. But yeah, there's a lot of really good layered in references in this, and also hints that this is a creation of his mind, and I love that. The thing I hate most, and I wonder what you guys think, and chat too, in movies and TV specifically, like when they don't tell you, I forgot what it's called, it has a name, but when they don't tell you something, they leave a piece of information out specifically.
Foreshadowing?
No. They leave something out, and it's impossible to know the what's going on because they purposely leave a piece of information out for the viewer. Yeah. I forgot what that's called. I hate when they do that in TV shows because, like, I want to pick up on stuff. You know what I mean?
You want to piece it together.
Yeah. Oh, here she is. So this is the first episode now, but it's from his perspective. Before. Yeah. So she's wearing the Boner Family shirt there. So in this scene in the first episode, she's talking to Aubrey Plaza's character, plays a character in this.
Yeah.
She plays the mistress of death. She's literally the goddess, like death, the death god in the Marvel universe. We don't know that as viewers yet, but Agatha does in the show. But in this first episode, she's still in her under Wanda's spell. I love that she basically like made herself, I don't know, like put herself in Law and Order.
Yeah.
Like, is essentially what she did? Because she's like a detective. She's like a shitty detective too.
I was very confused when I first turned the show on. I was like, why are we watching a cop drama?
Yeah.
What is Thom making me watch?
Very quickly turns to witchy things.
Mm-hmm.
I love the comedy is perfect too. Like, it's very light.
Oh, his heart.
Yeah, she's in this too. She's so like they make like a temporary coven essentially in this, and she kind of accidentally joins. She's not a witch, but she accidentally ends up following them into the road when they go to the road the first time. She doesn't last very long. So at this point, she does not know that she's Agatha Harkness yet. She still thinks she's the cop from Westview? They're in Eastview now. I don't remember which one they're in now. I think they're in Westview.
They're in Westview,
Yeah, they're in Westview. And the person that he is before he died and became Billy is from Eastview, which are real places in the MCU. Not in Jersey for real, though. I did look it up. Look at Catherine fucking Hahn is hilarious.
She's amazing.
She's such a great comedic actor. And Crystal, did you mention it last week, or did our guest mention it last week? I don't remember. She recently did Amy Poehler's podcast, and if you even if you don't like podcasts or whatever, just go watch both Catherine Hahn's episode and Aubrey Plaza's episode. Fantastic episodes. Freaking ridiculous. I want to. I looked up bloopers for this. There's some fun blooper reels, and we'll watch them. I'll grab some fun ones for when we finish the show, but I really feel like they probably broke a lot in this scene.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Especially because like she was like right in his face, making like she was just like the way she was talking was like weird. So like the cadence, like look at her face. She's so animated.
I'd like to see the fight scene at the beginning of the season. I'm sure there's a lot of like really good outtakes from that one too.
You hear that fucking accent too? It's like a little Baltimore-y. So she's still under the spell and she sees what the spell is showing her, but he isn't. So he's seeing the real things, which is why he's like, there's nothing in this picture. There's no dead body.
But the whole cop and low ponytail still makes me think.
Oh, it's perfect. Yeah.
Gracie Hart.
Oh, yeah. Gracie Hart. Early Gracie Hart from fucking Miss Congeniality. 100%. Speaking of a little fun TV and film news, great character for Miss Congeniality. Michael Caine, Sir Michael Caine played. He recently, him and Matthew McConaughey signed over their voices to an AI company to make things with. I'm sure the contract is more in depth than that, but you can use the AI thing Claude and give it either Matthew McConaughey's voice or Michael Caine's voice now.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, come on, I don't want to go back in the closet. that is like the little nods to like coming out of the closet and like this episode being like him kind of so much more not meaningful, but so much more deep for who he is as a person. Like he's realizing who he is in this episode. And like, see, like this is the first time we've heard him say his name because up until now he's been under a spell. And every time he says his name out loud, it's muffled and you can't hear it. So this is like, he's really coming out as himself now. And it's a great episode. I love this episode. So at the end of the last episode, for your sake, Billy instinctively used his powers in such a way that Wanda does. So he took control of the other two witches that were still alive with them. And you could see that he took control of them because like Wanda, when she takes control of people where you see their eyes are red, in the last episode, the eyes were blue because he's a blue. Like that's his stuff. Everything. His crown is blue. His get up is blue and red, but mostly blue. And then he threw them into that. That mud hazard has been a problem for them in the past on the road. And that's the last we see of that awesome fucking trench coat that she's been wearing this whole season. Also, this is a nice callback to that note that he had for himself there on how to break sigils. The permanent sigil, it said how to break them. Destroy with fire or force. So he crushed it with force in his hand. They did a good job like foreshadowing and like really layering in the events for like a second watch through like this. And I love when TV shows do that.
Yeah.
I hate when you go back and like watch it again and they didn't put those things in. That was one of the gripes I had about the Wheel of Time show, actually. The first season, they do like a flashback montage at the end and like, oh no, this was happening that whole time. But there are scenes that didn't happen in those past episodes. They do that in this next episode of Agatha All Along, which is pretty great. Patti LuPone's character, she tells fortunes, she reads people, but her mind is also like kind of fragmented through time. And throughout all of the episodes, she has these weird moments where she just shouts out random things. And if you put them together, they make sense. And in the next episode, they do flashbacks to them and callbacks to them. And if you go back and watch those episodes, they actually happened in the episodes. So I love that.
Agatha really is a terrible person. It's a very good illustration of it right here in this conversation.
Another great thing about the show that they did, and I think they're doing better in a lot of stuff, it falls off a little bit with the ending, and we've talked about how the ending isn't that great. Kyoko M, one of our other guests, went as far as to like, she said that it almost ruined the show for her, but going back and rewatching in prep for doing this, she said like it made her fall in love with it again. So I'm happy with that. Is that she's like a real villain, you know what I mean? Like she has very few redeeming qualities, almost none, and they don't try. Yeah, she's funny. She's funny, but they don't try to make you feel bad for her too much, and like they don't try to make excuses for the horrible shit that she's done. So one of the things that Agatha does, her powers, she absorbs people's magic when they cast magic on her, and she, for a very long time, like her whole life, essentially hundreds of years now, she's just gone around killing witches and stealing their power. So like most of them, like if not all of them, were innocent people, like innocent witches, good and not evil witches. Like that's the other thing that this show does pretty well, is to not frame witches and Wicca and paganism as evil in and of itself. It's the use of the powers. Yeah, just Agatha. Yeah, pretty much. And the other witches too. The other witches have their own little evil things. Oh, perfect opportunity again to pimp the Dragonmount Discord. If you're not in the Dragonmount Discord, yes, Rapunzel posts some pretty epic memes in both the Wheel of Time meme channel and the non-Wheel of Time channels. She gets some pretty epic memes.
She's there, funny too.
Yes. I like Rapunzel's brain. She has a big, beautiful, wrinkly brain. Mm-hmm. She's such a bitch. Oh my God. She's awful. Catherine Hahn does like a perfect, like, you just hate her in this scene too. The way she talks to him. Honestly, I couldn't tell, and I don't know like where she was going with this. Like if she's putting on a show, like if Agatha is putting on a show to make herself, to try to convince herself she doesn't care, or if she actually doesn't care, and like this is her true feeling, or if she's just putting on a show to either try to convince him or to try to convince herself, or both, that this is the true her and not the one that was having like, you know, feelings and things before. Daddy's in pieces.
Mm-hmm. Who knows where?
Mommy's dead. That's like the fourth time they've told us that Wanda is dead. The second or third time in just this episode. Oh, but I also Googled Toby and witches, and the only thing I could come up with is no, not Blair Witch, Paranormal Activity. That's what in like Paranormal Activity 2, the kids call the ghost or the
Toby.
Whatever Toby. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could find that was a reference that was Toby. So. There was also a Carrie poster in his room. There's a lot of old school horror movie callbacks, either in the show, like in the theming of the show or scenes, or just like literally like a poster in the background. There was a poster that was a reference to The Fog, old school Stephen King horror movie. 2 or 3 episodes ago. And it was like a deep cut too. It wasn't even a poster for The Fog. It was a poster for the town from the movie The Fog. The showrunner for this show is a huge horror fan and has got deep horror stuff. So there's a lot of really, the end sequence here is the same in each episode, but we saw a lot of things in this episode that are referenced in this, specifically Wizard of Oz. There's a lot of bits of that Italian folklore picture that I mentioned before. That one with the people dancing around the circles from one. A lot of Edgar Allan Poe references. There's a whole episode of Edgar Allan Poe. There's so many really good pagan and witchy references in this. One of the, where is it? I had a picture pulled up. one of the really good. I don't have it. There was a really good reference for I guess because it's not a Disney property, the Goonies. Mm-hmm. They had it was a Goonies poster in the background, but it said the Goofies. But it was the same Goonies font, and like this, you can't really make out the picture, but the silhouette looks like the Goonies, like, you know, movie poster picture. So this is like jumping in the deep end a little for the show overall, because, like, you know, it's assuming you know a little bit about the show, so it's hard to judge just seeing this episode, I feel like. But I definitely feel like you would enjoy this show overall, Jessi, for sure.
Yeah, I wanted to watch it when it came out. Like I said, I unfortunately was just busy at the time, but this was on my list for a long time because I loved WandaVision so much.
Same.
I did see Multiverse of Madness though, and that was fun. But yeah, Agatha's been on my list for a while, so it was fun to check it out with y'all.
The whatchamacall, I slept on the show a little bit. Like I didn't watch it when it first came out. Mm-hmm. And whatchamacall, if you're still in the Discord for the watch party, it should end in about a second here, and then if you want, you can hang out with us for a little while. We still have our wrap up interview and some other things to do for the end here, so please still stick with us through the end. Then you get to see Jessi's answers to our interview questions, which she wanted to be surprised by, she said.
Okay.
So she has not seen them yet. I always offer to send them first, because some people don't like to be surprised and some people do, and I'm glad, and it's always fun to see people's answers when they get surprised by the questions. But the questions are not deep or anything. Most of them are pretty easy to answer, I feel like. To give you a background on where we got the ideas for these questions are, by the end of the episode, we've talked about so much stuff. I want to throw the attention back to our guest, and I was like, oh, we'll do an interview. And I loved Inside the Actor Studio growing up, so we kind of took the idea of having like a set of questions that we ask to all of our guests at the end of our show to do with our guests for the episode. So that's what we've been doing. I've gotten to do it with a ton of authors from all the conventions that we've been to. You'd probably recognize a few faces, Jessi, actually, because a lot of the author friends that I've made through the Georgia convention circuit, which you are a member of now as well. Mm-hmm. But I also had a few of the actors from the Wheel of Time answer our questions, which was a ton of fun. My next big grab, I'm going to see if we can get Brandon to answer the questions.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Brandon Sanderson, for those who don't know who just Brandon is. But let me get us ready here so that we can do our segment. Before we go in, I know, like I said, that this episode is a little tough for just jumping in, but do you have any thoughts or feelings about this episode?
I really like Billy. I think it's really cool. And I also really loved how you took time to rewatch the episode and catch all the really cool set design stuff. Oh my gosh, I'm slurring my words. Sorry. No, my bedtime's usually 11 p.m. I'm like a little baby. But no, I appreciate all the attention to detail you had and how he's pulling things from his bedroom and putting it into the road. That's really, really cool. And it just tells me that the creators really, really cared about the show. But yeah, I've been sleeping on it. I hate that I put it off for so long, but this is a kind of cool, like, maybe it was meant to be. Maybe I was supposed to wait until now to watch it with y'all. So
yay, that's fun. We've had a few guests that have been like I would never have watched the show otherwise, and I'm so glad I did.
No, I definitely have been interested in it. Wanda's my favorite Marvel character, at least in like the cinematic universe. So it'd been on my list for a while, so I was just supposed to wait to watch it with y'all.
Yay! Wow! I would love to see you try to pull off like an Agatha cosplay too, because
that'd be fun.
I love Wanda's costume and you look great in it. It's just, I love the deep purples and blacks and silver in Agatha's. I'm a silver and purple, like, I'll just be happy.
He has such pretty hair too. Like, that would be such a beautiful wig.
Oh yeah, that'd be so good. Yeah. Oh yeah. The set designers for most things, I feel like, are usually the unsung heroes. Set designers, which I think the correct term, only because I had to learn it. Production designer is what they call them.
Okay.
And I learned that because I got to interview the production designer for The Wheel of Time. It was funny. I interviewed the production designer and the lead special effects coordinator at the same time, but special effects, not computer generated, like not computer effects, like explosions and demolishing things. So like the guy that built the sets and then the guy that blew them up and lit them on fire.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. But yeah, costume designers and set designers, especially, you can tell when they're passionate about a project because of this kind of attention to detail. You said it perfectly, Jessi. Thank you. All right, here we go. So I got my video queued up now. I promised a costume for this segment this week, but it didn't get delivered yet. So just blame tariffs and the airline issues over the last couple of days. It was coming from China because it's like cheap knockoff costume stuff, but it's going to be funny. So for next week, I hope for this segment there'll be a fun costume portion, I promise. But here we go. Okay. Hello, Jessi. Welcome to Inside the Dragonman Studios. Do you want to start us off, Crystal?
Sure. This first one's really tough.
Yeah.
What is your favorite dinosaur?
Oh, no.
If you don't know the name, it's fine.
Yeah. Leopleurodon.
Ah, it's a Leopleurodon.
Yeah. That's the first one that jumps into my mind.
Oh, man. If for when we're done with this video, obviously, but Google what's it? Jared Padalecki Leopleurodon. So Jared Padalecki is Sam from Supernatural. There's a blooper.
You do a version of that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to watch it. Yeah, I love Charlie the Unicorn. But yeah, that's the first dinosaur that's popping into my head is the Leopleurodon. I also love Tiktaalik. Tiktaalik.
It doesn't have to be a real. What's up?
Tiktaalik. Tiktaalik was the first little guy to crawl out of the water. I don't know if he counts as a dinosaur, but yeah, from Tiktaalik.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, do you? What is your favorite word?
Oh.
Or just what word first comes to mind?
Yeah. That's a great question. I mean, I love the word cunt. I think it'd be great to bring that back.
Me too. I love the way the Europeans use it so much.
Yeah. I also like the word tenacity. I think that's a good word.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Do you have a least favorite word?
I don't think so. I think all words are important. I know that's like maybe a cop out, but yeah, I don't know if I have a least favorite word.
That's not a cop out. That's a good. That's a good.
That's a very writer answer.
Yeah, all words have their place and importance in the right situations. Okay, so I feel like you'll be comfortable answering this both ways, but feel free to answer either or both. Do you have a favorite curse word and or science fiction, fantasy replacement curse word?
Oh, man. Oh, that's such a great question. I already said cunt.
It still works.
But a fantasy curse word. That's great. I was a huge nerd growing up, obviously. But I read the Warrior. Yeah, what? But I read the Warrior Cat books.
Okay.
And they were about like feral cats doing battle in your backyard. And they were like, I think there's 80 of them now. But yeah, they would call the cats would call each other, like they had cat slurs that the cats would call each other.
Oh,
and
wow.
I think like dung face was like one of them or something.
Say it again?
Dung face or something like
Okay.
that. But yeah, look up the warrior cat books. They're amazing. They definitely warped my brain. I read way too many of them when I was in middle school.
I'm going to post a link to the Warrior Cat fan club.
Yeah,
that has links to the books and
it
everything.
shaped me forever. But yeah, I think
want to
dung
read
face
these.
insults.
That's fantastic. I did not know that this existed, and I want to read these now. That is fantastic.
They're honestly really cool. I really love them. They're great for little kids. But I'm sure as an adult you can get something out of them too. But yeah, I was very fond of them in middle school.
Yeah, I've read a ton of like YA stuff, and like I've read all Brandon's YA stuff. There's a lot of YA books that are great. Okay, sorry.
Is it your turn or mine? Is it mine?
It's yours.
I'm sure. Okay, so for this next part, we're talking about. Well, okay, I don't think it's fair to ask her about Agatha because
that's true.
Yeah, but can we do WandaVision?
Yeah, do WandaVision.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna just ask you about WandaVision since you've seen that. In general, which character from WandaVision would make the very best roommate and why?
Oh, I mean, I'm biased, but I love Wanda. I think the reason I had to cosplay her and I resonate so much with her is she's basically doing something called maladaptive daydreaming, which I think is so interesting. But I saw that what she was doing, how she was taking her trauma and just daydreaming, and she's so powerful that the daydream becomes reality. But I do that all the time. It's like a common trauma response, and I just happen to turn it into writing. So it's not technically called maladaptive daydreaming, but it still is. But no, I would just love to be her roommate and listen to her and talk to her and give her a big hug. And she may accidentally kill me. But I would just love to support her and just give her a big hug. I feel really bad for her. She's been through a lot.
You're not wrong. Her character is definitely one of the most deepest, like, traumatically driven characters. I think and that's something that's always attracted me to Marvel more than DC is they're more, I hate to say realistic, but grounded characters. They show their flaws and like the things that happen to them and the things that they do affect them. And I like that.
Yeah. I thought it was so cool. The whole premise of that show. I've done that my whole life. Like I just daydream scenarios. And she's a witch. So when she does that and she's trying to cope, she just accidentally makes it real, but she was just trying to escape reality for a bit. So I don't know. I just think it's really relatable. That's
fair. Okay. And then is there anyone from that you would never want as a roommate?
I want to pick like a not obvious answer.
Well, whoever comes to mind, like whoever you wouldn't want as a roommate.
I mean, Agatha's the obvious answer, right?
Yeah.
I do think she would kill me very quickly. I think she would get very annoyed with me. That's the obvious answer, though.
Especially if you
but
had
magic.
I
do feel like she'd be a very stressful roommate. I don't think she would like me.
She definitely wouldn't clean. She would definitely expect you to clean.
No, she'd try to turn me into a little slave and make me clean everything.
That's true. She does take over people's minds. Yeah. And if you had any magic, you better hope you're not magical because she'll steal it and kill you.
I hope. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, she would hate my guts.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No, it's your turn. Sorry.
So I feel like we've all had crushes on fictional characters. Can you remember who your first fictional crush was, or do you have one now?
That's so embarrassing. Well, it's not embarrassing, but I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. That game came out when I was really little, so I was obsessed with Sora. That was like my first crush. I love Sora.
I almost got the name right. I haven't played that game in forever.
I was a huge Kingdom Hearts kid.
That's cool. I love that. Kingdom Hearts was a great game. Like the first, I don't think I played. I don't remember if I played the sequels or anything, but that first one was really good. I'm also a huge Final Fantasy nerd, and that first one had a lot of Final Fantasy stuff.
The artwork is really pretty, but I thought Sora was super cute, and he literally has a pure heart. That's the whole point of the plot line. But I just thought he was a sweetheart. That was definitely my first crush.
Very anime.
I very much loved Gem.
Yeah, the big
Gem
anime
and the holograms. So.
Perfect. Yeah, he's very anime main character with his whole design.
He's just a sweetheart. He would never do anything to hurt you. I just always thought he was a really nice guy.
That's fair. Do you have any fictional crushes currently?
Like at all times. Who is it right now? Oh man. I'm having a hard time picking. I definitely have a lot of different. Oh, okay. Once
You
again,
can have a roster. No hate, no shame. You can have a roster.
a consistent one that never leaves me. I'm a huge Death Note fan. And I love Elle, and I will never not love Elle. And I'm pretty sure the only reason my novel got picked up by Macmillan is there was a side character that was based on Elle. And I just put this character in as kind of like a joke, and they were just meant to be a side character. And I guess my love was so resonant that my editor was like, actually, can we make this the main love interest? Like, we really like this character. So I love Elle from Death Note. And if you ever read my novel, like you'll probably be able to identify the character immediately. Yeah, that's one of my, we'll never not love that character.
Off topic. Did you like the live action Death Note?
No, and I will never watch it. I saw a trailer and I refuse to watch it. I just know it's going to make me mad.
I didn't like it as as a movie, but there were some cool scenes in it that were fun.
Yeah. I'm a bit of a purist. I do want to see the musical though. There's a Broadway musical, and I think that'd be absolutely sick.
I didn't know that. That would be really cool. I want to see that. I didn't know that.
Look it up. It looks really cool.
I don't know why I like Broadway musicals so much and hate like film musicals.
That's so fair. No, I think that's fair.
I don't like when the characters don't know they're singing.
Oh yes. Yeah, no, that I think that's very valid.
I don't know why. That it always takes me out. Like it takes me out of the movie and makes me like annoyed. I don't know what it is. Anyway, okay. So if you were given the opportunity to get any job or to join any group in any realm of fiction or fantasy, video game, movie, television, science fiction, fantasy, doesn't matter, anything you want, what would you pick?
Oh, I would join Mike Flanagan's writing team. Like I would be in
that is a magical group.
Yeah, like I want to be at that table. I know a few of the writers just from the con circuit. They're all lovely people. We all have family trauma. I feel like my work would naturally fit in. But yeah, that's the goal one day, is to get in the writer's room with Mike Flanagan.
That's cool. Do you have so like obviously you have a book that's getting published, and I'm sure you have a ton of work that you've done that hasn't gone to like a publisher and stuff yet, but have you ever dabbled in like screenwriting or anything like that, or is that something that like?
No, but I did have a writer one time. Their name is Jamie Flanagan. They are Mike's sibling. They actually read one of my short stories and was like, hey, this is not me saying it would happen, but this would be a really cool film. And it was really early on in my writing career, and it like made me, we got off the call and I like burst into tears because I'm such like a Flanagan fangirl. So it was really cool to have someone from that writer's room acknowledge it. But yeah, I think that's where the idea came from, is they had read that short story and they were like, this is a really cool concept. It's called Tarantism. If you look me up at Jessi Ann York, it's about, Tarantism is this type of disease that made people it was a mass hallucination that made people dance until they literally died. And Jamie just thought it was a really fun short story with a hot priest. Jamie loves priests. They're Catholic, so there's a lot of Catholicism in Mike Flanagan's work.
I grew up Catholic, so I get it.
Yeah. So they thought the sexy priest and the creepy spider story was fun. But yeah, that's where that idea hit me. I've never actually written for film, but I know sometimes short stories do get picked up. Yeah. But yeah, that would be really cool if that happened eventually.
That's cool.
Who knows? But yeah, they were just complimenting it. I don't think it'll ever happen, but they were like, hey, this would be a cool movie. Then I was like, oh, thanks. So,
any recognition is good recognition.
Yeah, it made my heart warm.
Yeah. I mean, like, especially like if you ever, run into a person like that in the future, like that memory is there. So
yeah. The hope is like, I know sometimes for writers, we'll have short stories that take off, or the novel does good and then they approach you to like write the script. So we'll see if I'm that lucky. Right now, I'm just trying to make sure this first novel does good, so someone would want to turn it into a film.
Oh, I can't wait to read it. I'm very excited.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for acting as one of the characters. That was so much fun.
Yes. I was Vex, right? Vex.
You were Vox. Yeah.
Vox. I almost remember. Listen, if I remember something,
it's true.
I'm very proud of myself. Especially
you did good. You acted it out perfectly.
Yeah. Sarah and I were very animated. It was a ton of fun.
All right. So what do you think would be like the very worst job or vocation in any realm of fiction or fantasy? Like something you would not want to do.
And fiction and fantasy? Oh, so is this like a fantasy job?
It could be, yeah. It could be. However you want to answer the question is the correct way to answer.
Job, like a fake job. Man, I don't know. That's a really good question.
Yeah. The example that we put in here is like the people that have to clean up after the Avengers, or things like that.
This is also a cop out. I'm kind of a loser. Like, I feel like I would be entertained with something for a day. I'd be like, wow, this is so cool. I'm learning something. And then I'd probably get sick of it later.
What? ADHD?
Yeah, right.
I would have never guessed.
What would I absolutely hate? I don't know. I guess if I had to work for like a dictator or something, I would kill them or kill myself. So
is there a job that you don't like a job a job that you would never be like want to do in real life, like a regular job, but like I could never do that? Like,
right, using AI.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, being like an AI tester.
Or what do they call them? Prompt engineers.
Yeah, I think I would be really depressed if I had to do that.
That's fair. That's entire, especially
for my whole job. I know some people like are using it for like data entry, which is really helpful. But if my only job was to train AI and to like feed
that would be
stuff, I would end up not being on this earth anymore.
That is true. That was an entire Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. If I had to like scrape, if I was the person who was going in and stealing people's art and stealing people's writing and feeding it to the AI, like if that was my job, it wouldn't be my job. I would.
That is fair.
Yeah.
I do like, there are like hypothetically ethical ways to use AI, but no one is doing that. Like they're all scrubbing the internet.
Data entry is great. Like trying to find, getting a data set figured out for you really quickly. But I know there
people with disability using it for giving them ways to do things that they couldn't normally do. Cool. But like training it on things that you don't have permission to train it on, and like reproducing things that you don't have permission to reproduce, or
scraping someone's DeviantArt account and taking all their art and saying, yes, I'm taking your art and I'm putting it into the machine, like that.
Personally, I think we need to just make a law that says like the criteria needs to be specific and have like legal people make the wording. But if you use anything that has too much or like a certain criteria level of AI in it, you just have to put a watermark on your thing and that has AI.
Exactly. Yeah. Or like, someone gets, it's like, what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry, it is close to my bedtime. I'm such a little baby. Cool. People get royalties if you are using their, like, say my writing, actually I wouldn't agree to this, but I say there's a writer and their writing is fed to AI. If the machine gets clocked pulling from that, you get a royalty.
I totally agree. Yeah. And if they don't do it, and if they don't put their watermark, and if they don't do it, with permission, fines.
Gnome Garden said opt in. Like if people want to opt in, that's so cool. That's so fine. But what bothers me is that they're finding that they just literally scraped.
They scraped the internet. Yeah.
And they know it was scraped because like the AI is talking about like the Omegaverse. And that's not like you pulled that from Omegaverse fan fiction. Yeah. Like we know that you're pulling this, and those people did not give you consent to do that. So
exactly.
Someone else said like using AI to solve the protein folding problem. Like that's cool. Like that's what AI should be used for, but not the
computing and things like that. Exactly. I'm afraid, and we talked about this before too a couple of times. Like I like pictured in my head like people being like, oh, like rich people walking through a house, and this is a new piece of art I had, human done art. Isn't that nice? That was a novel.
No, it'll turn into that. Yeah.
Like it's a novelty. I'd love to
read a horror story about where they take like the remaining artists and like put us in cages and like force us to like like dance, like look at my living human artists, like they collect us. That's really extreme, but it's
not really. No, that is what they did back in like the Victorian era, like Michelangelo and Raphael and like Leonardo. Like they were kept by like rich people would like hire an in-house artist and have them, and they would just pay for their lives and let them do art. But they
were sponsors, Thom. They were
they were sponsors. Okay, so back to our questions. This is the last one. This is the deepest one that we have. So the idea is any fiction that you've taken in from like if you played a video game or read a book or watched a TV show or movie, anything that you've read or played or watched in your life that has had a depiction of the afterlife in it.
Oh.
If you had to pick one for you when it's your time, which one would you choose?
Have you guys seen What Dreams May Come?
Yes.
I love that movie. It's really beautiful. Probably that, and reincarnation's an option in that world, and I would choose to be reincarnated. But yeah, I love What Dreams May Come. I had an art teacher show that to me when I was really young, and it really stuck with me. But that seems like a cool way to go. I would hope it would be like that.
That's another great movie. Like if people watching have not seen, oh my God, Rapunzel reference to the kept artists sugar sponsors. Like it's just bad. That's a great movie. Robin Williams, Cuba Gooding Jr.
It's a sad movie. Aaron's saying she can finish it. It is really sad, but it's beautiful too.
Yeah. What like it really shows that's one of Robin Williams' best roles, and it really shows his range.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact for you, I don't know if you've ever seen it. He did a horror movie, like a real horror movie, called 1 Hour Photo.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that. I'll have to check it out.
You should check it out. Yeah,
it's very creepy.
Very creepy. He plays the creeper, or whatever you want to call them in it. He's the antagonist. He works at a 1 hour photo, and you can imagine like back in the day when they did
when you would go to like get your photos printed.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So, he has lots of family photos and like seeing it's a creepy fucking movie, and it was great. He was really creepy, and it really showed like he really had amazing range.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that man. I miss him.
Me too.
Yeah, very sad.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of him specifically, because he was he struggled with mental illness, and diagnosis that he had toward the end was like a crazy version of Alzheimer's, essentially, or dementia, actually. Lewy body dementia, I think it was called. But thank you for sharing your things. You talked about being having trauma and things like that, so I just want to say thank you. It's great. I've talked about mine as well, and it's good to have healthy well-rounded people talking about things like this to make it more normal for society, so it's less stigmatized and things like that. I think we're doing better, but there's still a lot of work to do.
I feel like probably everyone in the chat can agree, like they may not be true for all of you, but I feel like we're drawn to fantasy and reading and watching these beautiful shows because it's an escape, but it also helps us process things. So hopefully others, have gone through some of the same stuff in the chat.
Yeah. Something that I love to call out to specifically because it's fun, but also true. We all do this, even people that aren't into fantasy and stuff, because think about it like this. We would do the same thing if we were into football, except instead of watching Agatha all along, we'd be watching a football game, and instead of dressed like Wanda, we'd be wearing football jerseys. And it's the same thing. Yeah. Same thing. We paint our faces blue and red and green and go to football games and cosplay as our favorite player. Same exact thing. And it's an escape for those people, just as like this is kind of an escape and a disconnect for us too. So but it in a healthy way. So thank you for helping us add to our happiness for the day and escape the existential dread that is life right now. But you did help us through this Monday at the very least. So
thank you for having me. Seriously, Thom, it was so much fun to see you act out as one of my characters. That was so cool. So you're such a great sport. And so when you reached out and you were like, hey, I have a show too, I was like, what? This is so cool. Thank you for being such a good sport.
I love it. Hey, listen, if I have an opportunity to make a fool out of myself, I will take it every time.
Yeah, it was so much fun. Yeah, it was good to get a chance to hang out.
I look forward to seeing you at future multiverse cons. And if anyone else is interested in or lives in the Georgia area or is cool traveling or whatever for conventions, check out Multiverse Con. Great convention. It's a like, I would say a mid-size small convention is the way I like to put it. So like if you've been to Jordan Con, it's very much like Jordan Con, except it's not overall Wheel of Time themed. It's just overall kind of everything themed.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yes, they have a horror track, a fantasy track, and a sci-fi track, and then a pure writing track for people who are just purely curious about publishing.
Yeah, for like genre stuff. But they also have like a meat track, a learn track, they have a gigantic crafting room that you could just go in and craft it. Like they have crafting, so like it looks like a Hobby Lobby and a Joann's Fabrics threw up into this room.
Wow.
Then someone organized it, and you can just go in and play with all the stuff. Like that's really cool. You don't really see that at conventions. So fantastic convention. And you could run into Jessi or myself at one of those conventions. So yeah, absolutely. Remind everybody to do you have anything like a short story coming out or anything what are you doing next where people can see you, or are we waiting for your book to come out?
Yeah, I just had a short story come out in the Rack anthology. The Rack is based on old vintage horror paperbacks that were popular in like the 70s and the 80s. They call it the Rack because you'd literally walk into the grocery store and there'd be a rack of vintage horror novels. But I wrote a short story for that. And you can find my short story Tarantism on my website, jessiannyork.com. But yeah, I have plenty of short stories out. I love my short stories. And then my novel's coming out in 2027. And I'm also working on some other novels that I really hope the publisher also picks up eventually. We'll see.
Yeah, we're sending all of the good vibes for that toward you. We did. I posted the link to the Rack anthology just now, and there's the link to your website is in the description of this video for people that are watching later. But I will share it in the chat again here in a second, so you can go make sure to give Jessi a follow, a like, go to all the social. I'm going to share a link to her website, but go and check out you'll find the links to your social media through your website. So make sure to go to all the social media things and do all of the button pressings and things like that. I'm bad at promoting social media stuff. I'm terrible at social media. But thank you for coming and hanging out with us. This was a lot of fun. And
thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for dressing up. You look fantastic.
Yeah, I feel like I was supposed to watch Agatha all along with y'all. That's why it worked out.
It worked out perfectly. It was in the cards.
Yes. Yes, it was.
All right. And with that.
Hold on. We need to announce next week. Who's
shit. I didn't say who was going to hang out with us next week. I'm the worst. I'm so bad. I do have the picture preloaded though, so that I don't need to hunt down and find it. So again, also another author. Was she? I don't know if she was on the family trauma panel with us. I did a panel with her too, but I don't remember which one it was now because it's all mushed together in my head. But fantastic author, really fun person. She had a lot of really fun insights. It was another horror panel. I just don't remember which horror panel it was. And I really enjoyed talking to her. Her name was Catherine Wibble. Her books are like reimaginings of Nordic fantasy.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if she was on the family trauma panel because I would have remembered that. That's cool.
I did another horror trauma themed panel the day before the family trauma panel, but it wasn't family trauma, it was something else. But these are her books. Like it says here, the deluxe, super special deluxe editions, like with the edge, I forgot what you call it when you have printing on the edges of the pages, but it has so those.
Pretty. I love that.
Yeah, really pretty books. This is the series that she does that is the Nordic themed one, so go and check that out. And we will be hanging out with Catherine Wibble next week and chatting with her. But thank you so much, Jessi, for hanging out with us. And we'll be sure to. I already added it to my calendar. I'll make sure when it comes out that I share it in our social medias when your book comes out, so that we can make sure that debut book hits hard for the. For Macmillan, and
I can't wait to carry it in my store.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
And I will be hanging out for a little while in Discord afterwards, and I'll be in a few minutes. I do have to run to the bathroom before we end. And with that, say goodnight, Crystal.
Good night, Crystal.
Bye.